After many, many days and many, many nights, we are here. We are live. It is Hoops and Brews, man. What's good? Shout out to all of the fans watching around the world. We love y'all. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and I got a very small amount of time to get to it. So let's go ahead. Let's hop into it. Pavy, what's good? How you been, bro? What's happening?
I'm chilling, bro. I can't complain. I can't complain. Yeah, man, I can't complain. I'm chilling.
Man, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the fans. Hold on one second. I ain't
Who still tune in and watch after all these
hold
years?
on.
We appreciate y'all.
I ain't even got my mic hooked up. Hold on.
I was wondering why it sounded like that, but yeah, shout out all the fans who still tune in and watch after all these years. Our bad about the extended delay. But yeah, we back.
Yeah, how do I sound now? Do I
You sound
sound
good.
I sound good now? All
Yeah,
right, cool.
you sound regular.
I'm sorry, y'all. Ripping and running, busy, dadding, living, all of that, man. So apologies about the delay, but hopefully over the summer we'll be able to sit down and have a lot of basketball conversations, especially as it gets later and moves towards the new season, because according to Windhorse and Shams, it's about to be a lot of player movement over the next, I would say, month or so. So I'm excited to see what happens. But it's the NBA Finals, Game 3. You and I did not predict that the Pacers would make it to the finals.
Nobody on Earth predicted the Pacers was gonna make it to the finals.
The Haliburton did.
No, they didn't.
We
The
getting
Haliburton.
Haliburton money.
I like listen. I guarantee
We getting
you,
Haliburton money.
if you go and ask somebody like at the end of the bench, which granted for the Pacers, there's damn near nobody like the end of the bench because they played literally 11, 12 guys pretty much every single night. If you ask somebody at the end of the bench, did y'all really think y'all was going to make the finals? I don't think they would have said yes, bro. The NBA Finals, G.
At the end of the bench, yeah, but you ain't fucking playing. Who you give a fuck if we make the finals?
I'm just saying.
Who's
I don't
trying to
think
make the fucking team.
I'm saying, G, like probably they didn't think that they was gonna make the finals until mid. I know.
I believe Pascal Siakam. Well, I don't know. Did you watch that off-season training video that I retweeted about a week ago?
No, I didn't watch it.
So basically during the offseason, Siakam, I guess, has a house in Orlando. So during the offseason.
Very random.
Yeah, so random as hell. So during the offseason, Pascal Siakam basically got the whole team once their roster was set, and they all spent like a week or 10 days at his house in Orlando working together as a team. And literally it's like a 5-6 minute long video where like basically he starts it off talking and they having like a huddle, and he was like, everybody think that we can't get back and do it again next year. But we got to be better. We got to be stronger. We got to be more in line. We can't take nothing personal. Like, it was a whole video where they all like going through like this off-season workout, and you hear of kind of the different perspectives from the guys that was at the, at that workout. And once I saw that, and I saw it like after they beat the Knicks or while they was beating up the Knicks, I was like, oh, I get it. Like whether we thought they were going to be there or not, I think they felt disrespected by the conversation that happened throughout the world in the offseason, whether it be about their team and last year being a fluke, or whether it being about their superstar, which I believe he's a superstar. You don't believe he's a superstar, Tyrese Haliburton. I believe that they knew that they were going to get here if they worked hard enough. And their whole thing, and has been all year long, is play every minute of the game. Every minute of the game matters. And we've been talking about, we've been on Hoops and Brews. We've done 500-some episodes. I've been saying it since the beginning. Basketball games are a game of possessions. And when you take care of the ball, you are able to win. And the problem with them is that, yeah, they take care of the ball, right? But sometimes they can get loose with the ball. But the blessing for them is that when they get loose with the ball, they have guys that have the ability to just make the most ridiculous goddamn shots you've ever seen in your life. Andrew Nembhard, all-time hooper for the other. He's an all-time other for me at this point. All-time other. I don't care what nobody. All-time other. Generational other run. Go ahead.
They do take care of the ball, and the good thing for them is they're sometimes their best player, because I definitely think even, when people were shocked that Siakam got the conference finals MVP, I thought he deserved it. Like, I thought that every single night, well, not every single night, but a lot of nights, Siakam was the guy who came out there and set the tone. And yes, Hali had the game winners. Hali had his moments where he, obviously stepped up and did the insane things, and which is why he got the nickname and why, he's getting a bunch of the fanfare. But Siakam, I think sometimes is their best player. I think it just goes back and forth depending on what night it is.
I
But
don't agree with that. I think that Haliburton is very clearly their best player. The numbers, no, listen, stop. Let me finish. The numbers, in my opinion, speak to him being the best player on the team.
Numbers?
Stop and let me fucking finish. He's efficient. He distributes the ball and he scores when he's needed. He is literally one of the most clutch players in NBA history at this point.
That's dope.
So I'm not looking for him to go out and drop 30. When have we ever looked at Tyrese Haliburton and said, "Yo, go give me 30 every night"? We've never. No. So let me finish. So his job, and to me, he's much more of a Steve Nash than he is a Russell Westbrook or a Steph Curry as a point guard. So I'm not looking at his value and determining his value as if he's Steph Curry. I'm looking at him more like Steve Nash. But he's Steve Nash with one of the most insane clutch abilities, and he has the ability to get to the basket at will. So for me, it doesn't matter if you give me 30. If when I need 30 from you, you give me 30 in a garden and you hit the fucking game-winning shot.
Here is my comparison.
And you get us to the motherfucking finals.
Here is my comparison.
You value stats. Since the beginning of this podcast, you value stats and I value winning. And that's why I have no problem with anything Tyrese Haliburton does. I'm team Haliburton. Let's get it.
Question. I love Hali. Hali's become one of my favorite players. I have a question for you, though. Did you think Reggie Miller was a superstar?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The world thinks Reggie Miller was a superstar.
The world did not think Reggie Miller was a superstar.
Reggie Miller got 30 for 30s about him.
Yeah, because that don't mean you a superstar. And it isn't about Reggie Miller. It's about those legendary series, bro.
Man, all right, bro. No, it's not. No, it's not. The
winning time?
The Spike Lee
winning time?
No, the Spike Lee one that he had?
Yeah, the winning time one. It's about those legendary series. It's just like not just about Reggie Miller, bro.
Gee. They sold that documentary off Reggie Miller back. Stop it.
Now,
stop.
Granted.
You need to be stopped, bro.
No,
look, there's like 3 or 4 superstar shooting guards in the 90s.
It was Mike, really 2.
No, it was Mike, Clyde, Reggie, and AI.
Okay.
So stop.
It was 3. Well, technically, hold on, wait. Technically, if you want to go that far, there were 4. But the 4 that you named ain't the 4 that I'm gonna name. It was Mike, Clyde.
Then it was 5.
It was Mike, Clyde, AI, and Kobe. And I think in VC, but VC wasn't a superstar to me. VC just had moments that we loved.
I think Vince was more of a superstar in the early 2000s than he was in the and also Kobe was not a superstar to me in the 90s.
See, but hold on now.
Kobe was a star in the 90s. He became a superstar in the year 2000 was when he became a god.
But also, what are we talking about, right? Because Kobe got voted to start in an All-Star game in 98.
Okay, so what? You got fanfare.
That's
Reggie Miller ain't had no fans?
No, listen. Yes, I think Reggie had more fanfare over the fact that I just don't think Reggie. It's a pointless conversation for real. But I just never, in my mind, I never thought Reggie Miller would be a superstar. I thought he was a good player, great player that has some all-time moments, bro.
All right, bro.
He was one of the best players of all time.
I don't agree with that.
Which is the same way I think about Haliburton.
I don't agree with that.
I was about to call him Haliburton. Which is the same way I think about Haliburton. I think Haliburton is a good player who's had some all-time moments. But I wouldn't consider the man a superstar. Like superstar, I look at SGA. I think that this finals, no, bro. I think SGA.
Okay, so I got a question. So Haliburton only been in the league since 2020, right? So he's in his 5th, 6th year in the league. He is now taking his team to the finals, right? Mm-hmm. He should have won that goddamn. He should have won. Yes, he should have won it. He's already been an assist leader. Voted 2-time All-NBA third team, so he's been voted top 15 player in the league twice, 2-time All-Star. Reggie Miller was 3-time All-NBA, 5-time All-Star. We know who Reggie Miller is. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, that'll make him a superstar.
You talking about Reggie Miller like he Michael Redd. Respect to Michael Redd. Respect to Michael Redd. Respect to Michael Redd. But you talking about Reggie Miller like he Michael Redd. Get the fuck out of here.
No, because he deserves to be a Hall of Famer, obviously. But I don't even think everybody in the Hall of Fame was a superstar. Clearly wasn't.
All right, bro.
You think everybody in the Hall of Fame was a superstar?
No, I don't think everybody in the Hall of Fame is a superstar, but Reggie Miller was a superstar.
No, he wasn't.
Fans, if you watching, drop a comment, let us know. But my point is that Tyrese Haliburton has surpassed Reggie Miller's career as a Pacer already.
Huh?
What the fuck you mean,
No,
huh?
the fuck he hasn't.
Why are you fucking crazy?
What is he? How?
He's the best player on the team that's going to the finals. And
Reggie was the best player on the team that went to the fucking finals.
the Haliburton gonna win.
Win what? The finals?
Pacers taking this.
That's what we disagree.
Pacers taking this. Pacers taking this. I said they either gonna lose in 4 or win in 7. I'm taking them in 7. I think they actually gonna go up 3-1. OKC gonna force it to 7, and then they gonna lose in OKC. And the Haliburton is coming through Oklahoma City like a tornado.
Now look, we disagree at that. But if that happens, you will get no argument from me. But we disagree at that though. That is what we vehemently disagree.
I'm not. That's your prerogative.
Like, bro, do you know them Reggie Miller Pacers teams? Like the teams that face Mike, the teams that face the Knicks, even the team that granted he was an older man at that point in time, he probably wouldn't have had as much of a impact. But even the team that had the Malice in the Palace, that was a stacked team. That team probably wins the NBA Finals if that fight don't happen.
What the fuck does that have to do with Tyrese Haliburton?
I'm saying he has not passed Reggie Miller's career in a Pacers uniform right now.
Yes, he has.
No,
Yes,
he has not.
Yes, he has.
And if he has, and that even
And
more.
Okay,
and
look, okay.
That even more so proves
Fine.
my point. He ain't no fucking superstar.
No,
He wasn't no
stop
fucking
it.
superstar.
Stop it. Number one, no, you crazy as fuck. He only been in the league 5 years. Reggie Miller played 15 fucking years. What are you talking about? So in the third of Reggie Miller career, he gets to the finals.
Okay.
Already 2-time a third team. Reggie Miller only made it 3 times. Man, fuck out of here.
Okay, still.
Not rocking with that. Not rocking with that.
He has still not passed as of today. Not granted. Not granted. Hold on. May he get there one day?
One day. So if they win a championship, he not already better than Reggie Miller?
I wouldn't argue that.
I was about to get up here and walk off, bro.
The reason I would argue that would be because he's the guy who brought is strong, because I think that this is a full granted.
You just know no bounds, bro.
No, granted, because look, nobody ever does it by themselves.
Who's the best player on the team?
It depends on the night, bro.
No, I didn't say who's the scorer. Who is the best player on the Indiana Pacers? Monday through motherfucking Sunday. Who's the best player?
I swear to God, it depends on the night. That's my actual answer. Some days I legit think it's Siakam.
No, Siakam does what he's supposed to do and did what he did in Toronto, which is be a valuable bucket that can score in the mid-range, score in the paint, and make open threes. That's what the fuck he's always done. I don't know why you acting like he doing something that he ain't never done before. This is exactly what he did in Toronto, except for wait, let me finish. Except for Kawhi Leonard was on his goddamn team.
Can I ask you something? Siakam, who's a champion, 3-time All-Star, and been 2-time All-NBA. So it's not like we talking about somebody who ain't been named
All-NBA what team?
Second and third. So it ain't like we talking about somebody who ain't been named one of the 15 best people twice in the league and is a 3-time All-Star. It's Pascal Siakam. And actually, this version of Siakam...
And he been in the league way longer than Haliburton.
Hold on, listen. And actually, this version of Siakam is the best version of Siakam I think I've seen. Totally.
Why do you think that is?
Because of the system he's played in.
Because he has the guy that went fucking... that went 96 minutes or 92 minutes without a turnover.
Which was great.
He threw the basketball over 700 yards in a game without a turnover.
Which was great.
Fuck out of here.
And also the thing that we underrated about the Pacers, which I've also said which I'd also said about this whole playoff run, Rick fucking Carlisle.
Yeah, one of the goats.
Rick Carlisle.
One of the goats.
Rick Carlisle, I think that because like when you think about best coaches in the NBA, I think you go to Spo. You know, previously you went to Pop. God bless Pop, but previously you went to Pop. You went to Spo. Some guys would even go to Ime is a hot name that you would go to. Like Joe Mazzulla would be a hot name that you would go to. I'm just saying, I think a lot of times Rick Carlisle gets forgotten, and Rick Carlisle's resume gets forgotten. Right? Like we have to remember, he was the coach of those Pistons teams. Then he went to coach those Dallas teams. Now he's coaching this Pacers team. And that Dallas team was another team like the Pacers that I don't think anybody would have, if you would have asked people before that playoff run started, I don't think people would have said that Dallas Mavericks would win the NBA championship. And granted, yes, I know Dirk had a all fucking time performance in those playoffs. But some of the things Rick Carlisle did as a coach are things that he got away with putting JJ Barea on LeBron, and it worked. Like, he was getting away with.
That's why he is not the GOAT.
No, but listen, he was getting away.
Your GOAT, not my GOAT.
Whatever. He was getting away with pulling things out of his hat and actually doing incredible schemes. And, so I just think that we aren't giving enough credence to Rick Carlisle on this one. Like, I think Rick Carlisle is I like, outside of, Haliburton and Siakam, arguably the thing I'm most impressed with is Rick Carlisle. Like, I think Rick Carlisle has vastly outcoached a bunch of coaches. Think he ran, granted, I know, like, Dame got hurt, he wasn't there, but at the same time, I still think he ran circles around Doc Rivers. I think he ran circles around Kenny Atkinson, and he ran circles around Thibodeau. He ran circles around Tibbs so bad, Tibbs got fired.
I don't see how you run circles around someone. Didn't it go 7?
What?
That's crazy. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, I get this notion that, well, I understand.
He literally got fired because they were questioning his coaching decisions. That's why he got fired.
And the Knicks are fucking stupid.
I agree with you.
Because how the fuck are you questioning the goddamn coach? I'm sorry. How the fuck are you questioning the goddamn coaching decisions when he got you to within one game of the finals?
I'm not saying
you retool.
No, it was 6. It went
it's still one game away from the finals.
Listen.
Okay, fine. 2 games away from the finals.
Listen, I don't disagree with you.
Against a team that is if they win a championship, will have arguably one of the greatest runs in NBA history.
I would say it's the greatest.
What are we talking about?
I would say it's the greatest.
Okay, so I'm confused at this. I'm confused at the criticism surrounding Tibbs. I give Rick Carlisle a thumbs up. He did one hell of a job.
I know,
but wait. But Tibbs cannot go out there. Tom Thibodeau cannot go out there and shoot the ball for Jalen Brunson. He can't make Jalen Brunson hold on to the ball at the end of the game, and he can't make them not throw them goofy-ass turnovers that they was throwing at the end of the game. Like, there should be no reason why you up 20 with 4 minutes left and you only score 4 points and you got 6 turnovers. That's not coaching. Those guys choked. They choked.
Debatable.
They choked.
Debatable.
They choked.
Few things.
Why he do that then?
Debatable.
Why he do that then? No.
Things.
Why did the Haliburton do that?
Because the whole team choked. But it's easy to get rid of the coach than it is to get rid of most of the players on the team. But also,
why did Tyrese bin Laden do this?
Because the whole team did that. But listen, there were certain things that I think Tibbs could have done. One, like playing some of the bench guys throughout the season earlier. Granted, I know Delian Wright wasn't there and Landry came in late, but playing some of the best guys maybe earlier in the season, getting Brunson a little bit more off ball so he gets easier looks. Like, there were maybe a few things that Tibbs could have done, and clearly the Knicks thought that there were things that Tibbs could have done, because that's why he got fired, was because Rick Carlisle made him look stupid on certain occasions.
I can't argue that, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that analysis. I think Jim Dolan is just fucking crazy, because that don't make sense to me, bro.
Listen,
I don't agree.
It
doesn't make sense to me, G.
I don't agree.
No. Here, look. Here's a stat for you. The Knicks with Brunson on the floor, I think they were like minus 13 points per. What are we talking about?
Yes, because Brunson hold the damn ball too much.
Every single time him and Karl Anthony Towns was getting put in switches and getting cooked the whole game long. So how are you blaming that on Tom Thibodeau when your best player? Look, and by the way, all y'all owe Becky Hammond an apology. She was 100% right. Yeah, there is no way in hell Jalen Brunson is going to ever be the best player on the championship winning team. Quote me, quote her. I don't care. Write it down. Take a picture. It's not happening. And mad respect to the Knicks, but you need to trade Cat and go get you Giannis.
I mean, there's nobody under 6'4" in the history of basketball usually besides. It's really hard for we've done this. I've said this literally like a decade ago on the pod. I would not choose to build my team around people under 6'4". But
you're talking about Steph Curry.
Yeah, but hold on. Yeah, but listen, not name Steph Curry, because I think you need too many things to go right. And Steph is the literally one fucking anomaly And just as good as, and one thing about those Warriors teams that we also completely discount is they were just as good defensively, arguably, if not better than they were offensively. But that's a whole nother thing. But
yeah, and the Knicks were until it came down to it where a coach just said, hey, fuck it. Let's just put Brunson and Cat in every single piece of action we can and pray.
Is that not coaching?
No, it is coaching. It's elite level coaching. But if you Tibbs, no, but it's the thing.
Boston could have done it.
No, wait. But this is the thing. This is why I don't get why the whole he got out coach thing. He started benching him, and then they started playing better. I think they were +8 with him off the floor. -13 with him on the floor.
Yeah, but I guess their argument would be like, yo, you should have done that earlier. Because that was a game with a bench.
He's the best fucking player on the team. He's a goddamn franchise.
Who?
Jalen Brunson.
Cat? No, because they didn't know.
No, I am not talking about Karl Anthony Towns.
They didn't bench Brunson.
He benched Brunson a lot.
But a lot of times while Brunson was on he was
foul trouble. But listen, it was mad times when Brunson had 4 fouls and going to the fourth quarter, and he would be sitting down to 4 minutes left in the game, and then when he got back in the game, but guess what? But guess what? When he got back in the game, guess what the fuck happened? They lost.
Because this stupid ass gonna get in the game and get 2 more fouls. But
no,
listen,
they were playing better with Deuce fucking McBride, Cam Payne, and goddamn Landry Shamet on the floor than they were with Jalen Brunson.
For one game,
for multiple games.
Hold on, no.
For multiple games,
they tried that shit game 6. That shit did not work.
No, because Landry. Because at least in the first games, Brunson and Cat was scoring. Even though they was in foul trouble, they wasn't scoring game 6. They got smoked.
I don't even think Landry Shamet and them even played minutes until like game 4 or 5. I think listen, the problem with that Knicks team against this Pacers team, which I even noticed was
but that's my point. He made the adjustment.
Listen. The argument would be for playing those guys consistently all year. But I'm with you though. Listen.
Why does all you have to do it right now?
But listen,
if we in the playoff series and the man is a -13 when he on the floor and we are +8 when he off the floor, he get in foul trouble. I use the bench. The bench play good, and y'all still mad at me? What? I made them turn the ball over. I made them play that defense at the end.
I mean, I think a lot of that.
I let them give up them shots to them wide open fucking shots to Neesmith. Fuck you. If I'm Tom Thibodeau, New York, fuck you.
The game 1 was nuts.
Fuck you talking about?
But at the same time, I think a lot of the thing was, and what you see with both of these two teams is that both of these the teams in the finals is both of these guys go 10, 11 deep. I would wonder if the days of squads where you can just, because of, how the cap is now, and it's harder to get 3 elite level guys on one team, because it's just gonna be hard to pay them all. I wonder if this is the end of the era of you can just go 7, 8 deep and get to the finals and win a championship. I don't know if you can do that because number one, these guys down the stretch just gonna probably be tired. I think a lot of times the Knicks just got tired. They running out there playing OG 45 minutes.
I don't think it's about nobody getting tired. I think they went out there and it's not about getting tired. Tired does not equate to your best player being a -13 when he's on the floor.
Phil Jackson once said, "Fatigue will make cowards of us all."
And as Phil Jackson once said, "Shut the fuck up with that bullshit and get out of my goddamn locker room with that shit." Fuck you talking about?
Say that?
I don't know, but I guarantee you, he did told somebody in his lifetime, "Shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of my locker room with that bullshit." I bet he has.
But no, I'm with you. I don't think firing Tibbs was the best course of action. I think the man, you just had your best season that you've had since 1999. I think before the season, I don't know it's not like the Knicks were the odds-on favorites to win a championship. Now, I think that after Boston went down, especially with the way Boston went down, you oh, okay, I guess the Knicks will get to the finals and win. But
Boston went down, number one, because Tibbs was out coaching Joe Mazzulla. But number two, they went. Yes, he was.
Wait. Boston went. No, wait. Boston went down because what the fuck was that fucking offense? If you listen, no. If you're gonna say the
Good
same
defense.
thing about
Good
Tibbs,
defense.
if you're gonna
Good
say the same thing
defense.
about
Good
Tibbs, you can
defense.
say it about
Good-
Joe Mazzulla. Because
good
why the
defense.
fuck are you missing 73 shots and you go shoot more threes?
Well, guess what? Joe Mazzulla's a champion, so fuck all that shit you talking about. You live and you die with the decisions that your championship coach makes. So what are we talking about? I don't want to hear that shit. Tom Thibodeau ain't no goddamn champion. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, bro. Stop. No. You live and you die with your championship coach. But anyway, let's move on. Let's get to game 3 because I got to get up out of here super soon. But let's talk about it.
Who wins game 3 and why?
Who win game 3 and why do you feel that way?
I think the Thunder win game 3. I think that Jalen Williams can still play better. I know he shot 22 shots and shot 39% again. I think Jalen Williams can play better. I don't expect Caruso to have a 20-point game again. I do expect Shai to continue doing what Shai's been doing. Shai's been incredible to me. Shai's been probably the most impressive part about it. Shai, you just don't like Shai, bro. You just have a thing against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander that you just don't like Shai.
No. How do you lose game 1?
What you mean? How do you lose game 1?
Exactly. No. You don't get a pass from me for being mediocre.
He wasn't mediocre. He
was mediocre. No, he wasn't good. You lost.
Mediocre.
He was mediocre. Man,
he had 30 points and shot 50% from the field.
I don't give a fuck. They lost. What are you talking about?
He wasn't mediocre.
Again.
No.
What did I say earlier? You value stats. You value stats, and I value winning. That's what the whole core of this whole goddamn show then come down to for all of these fucking years, man. Because what you're saying don't make sense.
Shai was not the main problem that I saw on OKC.
So he was the solution?
He wasn't the problem.
All right, bro.
He wasn't the problem.
He wasn't the goddamn solution either. They lost.
I can name you about
how you give up that lead.
I can name you about 5 other things I saw. First and foremost, I felt like too many other people were shooting the ball besides Shai. I thought Shai should have took more shots. Granted, he missed the go-ahead bucket at the end. That happens. I feel it. That does happen. But I think Shai should have took more shots, especially with the shit Jalen Williams was horsing up there.
I'm crying. But no, I disagree with that.
And Chet was ass. Lou Dort had that little streak where he was good at hitting shots for a second. Then he couldn't hit shit. They had a dude on the court that I've never seen play. Get him the fuck off the court.
So now, so now who we talking about when it comes to coaching?
I mean, I thought that was a wild thing when Dagenau was putting. I thought that you need, which granted, OKC does this thing where like everybody's involved, and it's worked for them well. But I think when you get into winning time, it needs to be a hierarchy. I don't need Jalen Williams taking contested, not even set shots. Ain't even like this is like your body is set and you contest it. You just spinning in the air shooting shit. The fuck are you doing? Get the ball to Shai. I thought Shai could have took more shots. If I have any problem with Shai from game 1, it's you should have shot the ball more. You should have ran over to people and been like, no, give me the ball. Move.
I guess. I can't necessarily agree with that. I think that my only criticism really of Shai is that I just don't feel like he is a winning time player. And time again in this playoffs, to me, he has shown me that he is not a winning time player. So you can be upset with – what do you mean? What do you mean?
When they in the finals?
They in the finals because they be blowing motherfuckers off the floor. They not in the finals because he been out there being some fucking dynamo the whole time.
Well, if I can blow you the fuck out, do it matter?
Man, all right, bro.
No, so seriously, if I can blow you out, do it matter?
All right, man. So they've gotten this far because he been a superstar?
He one of the main reasons, yeah. If you take Shai off this team,
that's not what I just asked you.
I would say yes. If you take Shai off this team, they in the play-in.
And I would say you do good fucking dope. Fuck out of here.
If you take Shai off this team, what they doing?
He the goddamn MVP of the league. I would hope so.
So what the fuck are we talking about? How you gonna say they not here because Shai is balling?
They not here because Shai is balling. They here because they team been balling. Stop it, man.
Same as the Pacers. They here because the team balling.
I ain't seen Shai hit no fucking game winners.
Both of these teams.
I ain't seen Shai hit no goddamn game winners.
But you gotta play 80. Yeah, but you gotta play fucking 47 minutes to even get to the last minute.
All right, bro.
Like, even with Haliburton hit the shit in game 1, did we not see Nesmith do that marvelous shit? You ever seen Nesmith shoot the ball like this?
What
like this?
What does that have to do with Shai?
What I'm saying is this: the same.
What does that have to do with Shai? No, it don't.
For the Pacers.
But guess what? Haliburton's not the fucking MVP of the league. Do you understand my point now?
Listen.
He's not the goddamn MVP of the league.
Okay.
No. Let me finish. I'll let you talk. You're not gonna let me talk now?
I want to let you talk, but can I ask you a question? Then I'll let you talk.
Go ahead.
So would it make you feel better if the Thunder had close games every night instead of being blowing people out? Would you feel better about what Shai's doing?
You know what would make me fucking feel better? If they wouldn't have lost game 1. Then I would have been like, then I could be like, you know what? Maybe this guy that I've been, ragging on, saying ain't a superstar, actually is a superstar. But I can't say that because you lost game 1 at home after y'all was up in the 4th, super big and super heavy. So I don't want to hear all of what you're saying, bro. I don't look at Shai's game and it don't equate all-time great to me. No, stop. He is on a very good, you know what he is? The internet finna get mad at me.
You about to lie.
He's privileged Chauncey Billups.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
That's what he is. He's privileged Chauncey Billups,
Jesus Christ.
He's privileged Chauncey Billups.
Jesus Christ, bro.
What you Jesus Christing about?
Number one, hold on, wait, real quick. You know the same thing happened in the Denver series, right?
What?
They had a big lead and lost game 1. And they won the series.
And I chose them to, and I picked against them in that series.
And then hold on. And then also in that series, I think it was game 4 on the road, when I thought that they was going to lose and go down 3-1. They had that big third quarter, and they really grew up in that game and won the game, went back 2-3 and closed the series out 7.
All right,
you didn't think they grew up in that game?
So again, my question is, they been winning because of Shai?
He the main reason.
Okay.
They got a really good team, yes, but he the main reason. If you take Shai off this team, they not doing what they doing right now. Point blank, period.
Okay. If that's how you feel, I don't agree with that, though.
Okay.
I don't agree with that at all. I vehemently disagree with that.
So why?
What do you mean, why?
Who?
Look. You asked me. I'm telling you, I'm not seeing the left. No, wait. I'm telling you, I'm not seeing all, like, his stats say Michael Jordan, right? Well, I don't see fucking Michael Jordan out there.
Michael fucking Jordan, but okay,
that's what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying now?
See Michael fucking Jordan.
All right, bro.
Who you see Michael Jordan and Tyrese?
No, I don't need to. He's not the goddamn MVP. I just said that. I just goddamn said he's not the goddamn MVP. So I'm not expecting the same thing from a guy that's not the MVP. So what are we talking about?
He out there giving you 30 points, basically on 47% shooting from the field. The 3-pointers, he's still giving you 7 assists, 6 boards. What you want?
I want him to go out there every night and dominate, and I don't see him dominating every night. So what? I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how else to say it other than I don't see him. And when I see him playing, I'm like, yo, that guy is out there night in. Like, look, we've lived through and seen Steph Curry, Wardell go through his whole little shebang, right? The whole little you dig.
You saw Steph dominate the first 2 championships?
Huh?
You saw Steph dominate the first 2 championships?
Yeah. The first one?
I'm going to keep it G with you. I didn't see Steph
dominate. The first one?
I didn't see, no.
The first one?
When they gave
he also tore his fucking quad in one of them goddamn runs.
It wasn't a quad. He didn't.
But look, no. But this is the other thing. You can say there's no argument about if Steph got a dominant one of them. He has them. Okay. I ain't seeing it from Shai. So listen. Maybe when we talk a week from now, we might get on this pod and I'll be like, damn, Shai went out there and whooped Indiana ass and took it from him in Indiana.
Fair. Okay, a question.
Maybe they go to Indiana and win 2 and then he shut me the fuck up. But as of right now, he ain't shut me the fuck up.
Thomas, question. So let's say they go out there, beat the fuck out the Pacers the rest of the series. But Shai go out there and give you 35, the same shit they've been doing. 35, whatever. You gonna be satisfied with that?
My question to you is: are they blowing them out every game?
Yeah.
Are we looking at what we saw last time, where the whole team just getting it in?
Cool.
Huh? I'm asking you a question.
Sure. Shai go out there give you 35, his 35 points every night. Some other guys step up, ram to get you 20 here and there, a few teams here and there, but they win the series in 5.
And it's just all straight blowouts.
Yeah.
No, it won't. It won't. It won't. I'm gonna say the same fucking thing you said about Tyrese Haliburton.
No, this is the same fucking stuff conversation from years ago.
No, it's not.
Yes, it was. They was
right.
beating the fuck out of people, and they said he wasn't fucking clutch until the Boston series when he had to go out there and halfway die to win.
I don't agree with that.
And Tatum had to have one of the worst finals of all time, by the way.
I don't agree with that.
But okay, listen. I feel like the way Shai plays the game of basketball, it just doesn't look spectacular.
It's disgusting to look at.
It doesn't look spectacular.
It's absolutely disgusting to look at, and don't be mad at me because I don't view him the same way you view him.
He's good.
I just don't view it as like elite dominance. When I look at Nikola Jokic, I see elite dominance. I don't see that when I see SGA. Huh?
He beat Nikola.
He didn't beat nobody. Eric Gordon was out there with a fucking goddamn brisket for a goddamn hamstring.
He had a brisket, but also Hartenstein was out there fucking squabbling up Nikola Jokic. They had Caruso on Nikola and it worked.
Gee, his teammate had a 72-hour smoked brisket for a fucking quad, and the other one arm was hurt. G, you are the main. No, wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. You are the main motherfucker that sits up here on this goddamn podcast every time and says that Nikola Jokic has done the least. Has done the most with the least. So get the fuck out of here with that opinion.
No, listen. I agree with you.
Fuck out of here.
But you're not finna tell me you finna name 3 people better than Shai in the NBA right now. You gonna name me 3 people better than Shai right now?
Look, he's the MVP, and I'm a firm, and I voted, and I've said he was the MVP. So, and I've said it many times, when you the MVP, in my mind, you're the best player in basketball that year.
Not the
period.
best player in basketball.
I don't agree with that.
He ain't the best player in basketball, but it's fine.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. You win MVP, his regular season numbers are arguable against Nikola Jokic. If you win MVP, you are the best player in basketball, in my opinion. So I am not going to take that away from him. He won the award. He won the award.
You just don't like Shai.
No, I don't. No, I don't. You sound like me, and I sound like you talking about Curry. If that's what you want to say, cool. But prove it to me, big fella.
All right, okay.
It took goddamn 8 years before you admitted Steph Curry was actually cold. And was like, damn, man, this what y'all been getting, watching him? Yes, motherfucker.
8 years. It's just that team was nuts.
Fuck out of here. I don't want to hear that. But anyways, I got to go. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. We'll try to get another one in when my kid is taking a nap. But I appreciate y'all, man. It's been your boy TPJ. As always, this show co-stars rapper extraordinaire Pavy. You got some stuff to talk to the people about, right?
Yeah,
you got a new project out. Talk to us about it.
If y'all ain't heard it, Back to the Door is out right now, so go check that out. I think it's good. I think it's some joints on there y'all are really, really like. Came out about like a month ago. Go check that out. And yeah, man, appreciate all y'all for watching. We'll talk to y'all later.
Yes, sir, man, and we appreciate y'all. We'll get up with y'all later. Until then, man, it's been Hoops and Brews. We'll be back.